bells have been ringing all over our region this holiday season, as in Salvation Army bells. The Red Kettle campaign did get off to a bit of a slow start this year, especially given the increased level of need in what continues to be a somewhat lackluster economy. Major Mark McNear sees it firsthand. He's General and Personnel Secretary and Allegheny County Coordinator for the Salvation Army's Western Pennsylvania Division. And welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you.
So how's it going right now? I guess on the fundraising side first, you see the kettles all over the place. Has it caught up after a somewhat slow start?
It has. Generally we get off to a slow start, and a lot of it is dependent on the weather sometimes. There's a lot of things that influence that.
You don't see any snow, people just don't get in the spirit, right?
And we did start a little slow, but it has picked up, and we're running just about even to where we were last year, and that's a major fundraiser that we do for the Salvation Army in all of Western Pennsylvania.
So that really is a big piece of where your revenue comes from? Yeah.
It does. About $3 million is raised at the Christmas season over in 28 counties in Western Pennsylvania. So that is about 40 of our main centers of the Salvation Army, all the way from Erie to Warren to Altoona, Huntington. So it's a major fundraiser for us, and the Salvation Army could not do what they do, especially at Christmas time, if it wasn't for that fundraiser, the Kettle, Red Kettle, that we do in November and December.
That's pretty remarkable, because most of the contributions have to be very small, right?
Yes, and sometimes the economy does impact that, and other times it doesn't, because we know that a lot of that money is just the change in the pocket, so to speak, that people give when they're out shopping. And of course, another part of that is the mail appeal. We do send out our Christmas mail appeals and Thanksgiving mail appeals that go out, and that supports what we do as well in the holiday seasons, is when those checks come in and people return those checks. So it's sort of both of those things that really enable the Salvation Army to do the work that they do in the holiday season.
So how about on the demand side? You're about level on the fundraising and pretty much in the ballpark. What about the demand that you've seen this year in terms of the need?
Well, generally, in Western Pennsylvania, it's sometimes harder to judge an Erie to a Corey, or some of our centers in Pittsburgh versus a Warren or a Bradford. But overall, we are seeing anywhere from 5 to 8% increases in people that are coming to our door for help. And the amazing thing that we're finding is that in that increase, we're finding a lot of new families that have come to us for the very first time. And whether they lost work, they haven't been able to make ends meet, and they come to us for the very first time. So we're seeing a new population of need out there, and we've actually started a new campaign. It's called the New Face of Need, because really it hasn't really caught on as a new slogan for the Salvation Army, but it certainly is impacting us. There is a new face of need out there in our communities, and it's the somewhat middle class people and those that are just losing their job. And so we're trying to meet that need, and it's a new face for us, and we continue to work with.
Well, families, they were participating in the economy, right? They had work or whatever, and then this slow economy has gone on for so long now, 5 years, that eventually they kind of fall off. Is that kind of what you're seeing? They've been getting by, and then they can't.
Yes, and we just did a video segment for ourselves, just for a little promotion, and the folks that we interviewed was just a factory worker that had just lost his job, and they had come to us for help for their 3 children. So we do respond to a lot of those needs, those types.
We're blessed here that our economy is doing relatively better than so many other places in America. It must be a real challenge for the Salvation Army in other parts of the country.
It is, and interesting enough, it's not only in our area geographically, but it's the whole country. And we are so grateful for those who come alongside of us, the people, the corporations, and the big companies really that allow the Salvation Army to stand outside their stores and ring the bell, and to meet the people, and we're out on the streets. And so overall, you're right. In the east part of the territory that we're in, we generally do a little bit better, and especially in Western Pennsylvania, as you stated earlier, we sometimes start a little slower, but the Western Pennsylvania people and communities all across Western Pennsylvania, pick up the slack, and we always do well at the end.
All right, well, very good. It's the home stretch, just a couple of days before Christmas and heading into the new year, so hopefully everybody will dig a little deeper in the days that are left in 2012. Major Mark McNear from the Salvation Army, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And we'll be back in a minute with a little more dollars and cents. Stay with us.